Okay, this unit is customize how records get approved with approvals. This is the final unit on the Lightning Flow module. And on the admin intermediate trail, I am now halfway through, which is pretty exciting, if I do say so myself. Let me hide my bookmark bar. Okay, so approvals was the last, I think it was, idea, concept, in terms of like there's the process builder, Lightning Flow, there's flows builder, all the different naming conventions, which got me really confused and everything. Approvals was the last piece of it. So let's take a look. And then this unit we're going to come. You'll be able to define an approval process and list its key components. Describe a business process that can be automated using an approval process. Okay. So there's an approval process and its key components, and then a business process that's used with an approval process. Okay. And then set up an approval process to automatically manage when an account changes from a prospect to a new customer. Okay. I'm curious if this is going to relate to CPQ at all. I was the writer on our CPQ internal facing module, so yeah, this is interesting to me. Which is the funny, cool thing about writing for Trailhead is you learn about all this weird stuff because salespeople need to know it, and so then you have to learn it. Then you're like interested in lots of things that you weren't interested in before, which I like because I like being interested in things. But okay, that's a longer rabbit hole. I don't need to go down. Get started with approvals. An approval process, like I'm interested in CPQ. Like that's not something that like people are normally interested. Oh, configure, price, quote. Oh, how you could automate business processes on the back end of the finance office. Really? No, but it's cool. If you get into it, it's cool. Okay. An approval process automates how Salesforce records are approved in your org. In an approval process, you specify the steps necessary for a record to be approved and who approves it at each step. For example, when an employee creates a time off request, have Salesforce automatically send an approval request to the employee's manager. That's an interesting example. The actions to take based on what happens during the approval process. Okay, I think I left off here. The actions to take based on what happens during the approval process. For example, if a time off request is approved, update fields on the employee's record. But if the request is rejected, send a notification to the employee. Okay, that makes sense. Let's take a look at an example approval process to see how a record moves through various steps of the process. In this example, a user submits a request for a new position in a company. Okay, so position record submitted for approval, initial submission actions occur. What is that? What are those? I don't know what these are. Approval step 1, approve direct manager. So if it's rejected, then it goes to final actions occur, whatever those are. If it's approved by the direct manager, then it goes to step 2, which is the CEO, or rejected, or approved, and then final approval actions. Okay. When a user first requests approval for a new position, initial submission occurs. The default initial submission action locks the record. This action ensures that the other users, except for approvers and admins, can't change the record while it's pending approval. Other possible submission actions include sending an email alert, okay, updating a field on a record, creating a task, and sending an outbound message. Approval steps assign approval requests to various users and define the chain of approval for a particular approval process. In this example, the first step assigns the approval request to the submitter's direct manager. If the direct manager rejects the request, final rejection actions are executed, setting the position's approval status to rejected. If the direct manager approves the request, the record moves to the next step approval from the CEO. If the CEO rejects the position, the same final rejection actions occur. Okay. If the CEO approves the position, final approval actions are executed. They set the approval status to approved, unlock the record for future updates, and notify the employee who requests the new position. Final approval actions occur only when a record is approved and there are no further approval steps. Building an approval process. Now that you've seen, this is just basically all repeated back what this said, but filled in that these actions are like sending emails and yada yadas. Okay. Build an approval process. Now that you've seen the basic outline of an approval process, let's get your hands dirty. Metaphorically. You need to make sure that a manager approves opportunities that are discounted more than 40%. The opportunity should reflect its approval status, approved or not approved. Tip. Plan out your business process before you try to automate it. We've seen this tip before. Doing so makes it much easier to configure when using one of our automated tools. Before we dive in, let's come up with a plan. In order to, I like this table. Nice job, team. Track each opportunity's discount percent. We need a custom opportunity field. Track each opportunity's approval status. We need the custom field of opportunity. Request approval from managers when an account opportunity discount is more than 40%. Approval process on the opportunity record object. Notify managers when there's an opportunity discount needs approval. Email template. And when managers respond, update the approval opportunity's approval status. Approval actions field update. Okay. Tip. We're simplifying the scenario for the purpose of this challenge in the real world, outside these hallowed halls of learning. One can use the standard discount field on an opportunity product and then use a roll-up summary field to add that value to the opportunity record. Roll-up summary field. I saw those before. Yeah, use cookies. Okay, there's an issue going on. Fine. Okay. Create an email. Do I need to make sure I have these? Okay. All right, so I have opportunity and opportunity product. We need a custom field, the discount percent. Approval status. This is probably a text. This is probably a pick list. That's going to be some sort of logic. if percentage is more than 40. Notify managers when opportunity discount needs approval. So if this, then send email. And when managers respond, update the opportunity's approval status. Okay, so we're going to follow these instructions. First, create your email template to notify the record owner manager that an opportunity has been discounted for more than 40%. So we're starting with the email. First, from setup, type templates in the quick find box. And select classic email template, select new template, text, next, class. Configure the email template folder, unfiled public email templates. Okay. Available for use is selected. Email template name is approve opportunity discount. General US Western IS fine. Subject, please approve this discount opportunity. And the body. User manager, the opportunity name has been discounted. Please approve this discount. Thank you. Include the merge field opportunity name. Helps the approver by providing a link to the opportunity record. This allows them to review the record before responding to the request. Okay, and then click save. Now let's create custom fields so that we can track the discount percentage and approval status for each opportunity. From setup, enter object manager, and then select object manager, click opportunity, click fields relationship, and then click new. Okay, so object manager. Come on. Opportunity. I'm blanking out. Fields relationships. New. Okay. In the data type, select percent, and then click next. And then add a percent with these values. Okay, so we're going to do percent. Next. And then these values, field label, discount percent. Length, leave default, decimal places leave default, required selected. Click next, click save and new. Next, field level security, next, and save and new. Now we create a new, and then we're going to make a pick list. Field label, and we're going to pick list type is there, new, pick list, values, enter values, with each separated by a new line, enter values. And the pick list values are approved and not approved. Very binary. I think it might be a good idea. Or maybe let me think about it. No. Approved or not approved. Next, and save and new. Scrolling along here. create an approval process. Now that your org is ready, let's create an approval process. What was that accent? From setup, enter approval in the quick find box, and then select approval process. Let's do it. For manager approval process, select opportunity. Manage approval manage approval process for opportunity. Click create a new approval process. Use Jump Wizard. The Jump Wizard helps you create a simple approval process by making some decisions for you. Okay. Oh, whoa, no, go back. Happy fingers. Use Jump Wizard. Make decisions for me. Configure the approval process. Name. Approve opportunity discount. Creative. I like creative. Approve assignment email template. Approve opportunity discount. Specify entry criteria. Opportunity discounter greater than opportunity discount percentage greater than 0.0. Opportunity discount. Okay, so opportunity discount percentage. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so this is opportunity discount percentage, I think comes up here as opportunity discount percent is greater than 0.4. Select approver, let the submitter choose the approval manually. Let the submitter choose the approval manually. Okay, fine. Save the approval process. Click View Approval Process Detail page. Save process. Okay, you need to activate it. Okay. View Approval Process. Under Final Approval Process, click Add New Field Update, and then configure with these values. Under where? Under Final Approval Actions, click Add New. Under Final Approval Actions, click Add New, and then Field Update. Name approved. Field to update. Discount percent status. A specific value. Approved. Click Save. Under Final Rejection Actions, click Add New, Field Update, and then configure it with these values. Okay. Okay. Under Final Rejection Actions, click Add New. Rejections Actions. Add New. Field Update. So this is what happens if things don't work out. Click Not Approved if it's not approved. Discount percent status, not approved. Percent status. Not approved. Great job. To start evaluating discount opportunities, simply activate the approval process. That's it, folks. That was easy to follow those instructions. I don't think I could do that on my own. we made sure the email template was built. We made the custom objects, and then we created the extra fields on our custom object. And then we set the logic if it's approved or not approved. Okay, you've done a bunch of work to automate what happens when a record gets submitted for approval. Now, when users click Submit for Approval, on an opportunity, it goes through your approval process. But what if users forget to click the button? Enter Process Builder. Bum-ba-da-dum. Enter one of the available process actions is Submit for Approval, which means you can build a process that automatically submits records for approval. And that means your users don't have to remember to submit opportunities for approval. For example, in a process that runs when opportunities are created or edited, 1. Add a criteria node that checks whether a discount percent is greater than 0.4. 2. Add a submit for approval action that submits the opportunities for approval. Dip the submit for approval. Okay. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm really tired. But this is a really cool way of how approvals and Process Builder work together. So once a person submits something, I guess the thing that I find frustrating with Process Builder is sometimes, well, I don't know if it's Process Builder necessarily, but I know one of our apps internally that we use, sometimes things get approved, like there's stuff that happens in the back end that I'm not aware of. And particularly when that gets built, I'm not sure if it's it's really all my fault because I don't go to a lot of the trainings. I'm admitting more on YouTube than I should. Anyhow, it gets confusing. I think that's what it boils down to. When stuff starts firing automatically in the back end, and you're like, okay, do I have to notify him? So you just have to provide text, I guess, to the users so that way they know what's happening. Okay, make sure your project, oh my gosh. Oh, that's a long one. Okay. Due to local regulation, new customers must be approved by the legal team. When a user creates an account that has the type of prospect, they manually submit it for approval by clicking Submit for Approval on the account record. The record is evaluated only if its type is prospect and there are more than 500 employees. When the account enters the approval process, type gets set to pending and the record is locked. If approved, type gets set to customer and the record is unlocked. If not approved, type gets set back to the prospect and the record is unlocked. Before you start, verify the account's object type field. The type field has the following picklist values. Okay, prospect, customer, and pending. Fields relationships. Type. Okay, so what do we have here? Prospect, customer, and pending. Prospect, customer. Yeah, I don't think you would ever want to change an API name in real life. Okay, customer, pending, prospect, customer, pending. Okay, good. Use the Jumpstart wizard to create a new approval process for the account object. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm in the middle of trying to work my way through this, and I realized I messed up on something. When it says verify the accounts object type field has the following picklist values. I'm nearly certain that you have to go to the opportunity object and the field type, and then the opportunity field is type, because these are the options that I'm seeing when I try. I was trying to configure it either. Pause for a second, I'll show it to you. Okay, so when I get here, back to my approval process, inactive approval process, this is the approve new account, this is what I'm working on. Hopefully that's showing up on the screen. No. Yeah, next. Okay. So the next thing I'm supposed to do here is in the initial submission section, voila. In the initial submission section, add a field update action that updates the account type to pending. Right, I went through this. Let me cancel this. There we go. Initial submission actions. Add new field update. So then you've got to name this account type to pending. Okay, and then what I did was the field update was type. But then the problem is that the specific values I saw were just these down here: existing customer, and new customer. And I was like, what? Hold on a sec, that's confusing. It's because it's pulling from the opportunity object on the type field. And those are the options that are showing up here. So I need to update these. And what I had updated already was on the account object. See, these look all right. I've got prospect, pending, customer. That's all happy, but that's the wrong object. So I updated the type field. Okay, so long rambling in one sentence. You have to update the type field on the opportunity object, not on the account object. That was my mistake. Now I know. I'll be back when hopefully I finish this. Okay, so to finish off this monster. Okay, we use the Jumpstart wizard. The approval process must be named approval process, approve new account. We got that. Pick an email template. So the email template I used was where does that show up in here? Oh, here it is. Approve opportunity discount. Whatever. It's not the right one, but I mean, it wouldn't really work in real life because it doesn't have it, but that's fine. Account type equals prospect because I just need to have something. So account type equals prospect, and account employees is greater than 500. Okay. For the approver, choose automatically assign approvers and assign yourself as the approver. And this was all stuff that was in part of the Jumpstart wizard. I don't know why I don't see it now. Initial submitter is the opportunity owner. Okay, I don't know why I don't see it. Oh, process name, unique name. For approver, choose automatically assign the approvers. Automatically assign the approvers. Oh, down here. And then the user is assign yourself. So here I am. Okay. So that's this. Turn that off. Okay, that took a long time to find. Okay, click. So then view approval process detail page and finish the remaining requirements. In the initial submission section, add a field action that updates the account type field to pending. So the initial submission, account type to pending, and it's a field update. And if we click into this, this is the name is account type to pending. It's the opportunity object, which I got confused on earlier, and it's the type field, and we're going to go to the pick list, and the value that we're going to pull out of there is pending. Okay, so that's good. The next one is in the final approval actions, add a field update action that updates the account type field to customer. The name of the action must be account type to customer. So account type to customer, we have this here, account type to customer, opportunity object, opportunity field type, pick list, we're going to update it to customer. So that's good, I think. Then, in the final approval action section, edit the record lock action to unlock the record. So in the final approval action section, in the record lock, I changed this already, so now it unlocks the record for editing. And then here in the final rejection action section, we're going to add in account type to prospect, and that's this. So account type to prospect on the type opportunity object type field. Field data type pick list, and we're going to go back to prospect. And then we are going to activate this. After activating this process, you can add or remove approval steps. Also, some approval steps attributes will not be editable. Continue, yes. Okay, and now this says that we are active. So that's cool. And so now, should be able to get 500 points here, unless I missed something, which I could have. Oh. Challenge not yet complete. There is an unexpected error in your org which is preventing this assessment from completing. System DM exception process failed. First exception on row 0. First error. No applicable process. No applicable approval process was found. Let me refresh this and then try again. I feel like sometimes that makes a difference, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I was wrong. Okay. There's unexpected error in yours. First, okay. Okay, pausing. Be right back. Okay, because I feel like I did everything right. What I just did now is I moved the approve opportunity discount process that I created in the, what's it called? In the unit. I deactivated that. And so now we just have the approve new account one active. Maybe that makes a difference. Okay, maybe it doesn't. I really wanted to get over the finish line today, but I'll have to pick this up later. Okay, so I got an email from Trailhead support, and they're going to help tell me what I did wrong here. Okay, hi Jeffrey. And yeah, I actually really do have one email in my inbox. I'm a big fan of Google Tasks. But, so I just assign emails to tasks and then keep everything clean and then prioritize as I need. Okay. Whatever, not relevant. Hi Jeffrey, thanks for the user creation. So I created a user account for them so they're able to go in and take a look at my Trailhead Playground. I cannot find any approval process in your org. I thought I created one. So I've created one according to the requirement. Could you please try to verify the challenge and let me know in case you still face any issues? Well, that's mighty nice of them, but I want to just go a step further than that because like why, how did I miss that? One second. Okay, logged in, hopefully now. So let's see what they did. So back here, last unit in Lightning Flow. So they said they created the approval process for me. But as you can see, I shared with them the image of what I did. So I thought I had an approval process. Let's take a look. Did I create this approve opportunity discount? No, opportunity, approve new account. Right, this was one of the examples I did. It wasn't that. Okay, so let's look at approve new account. Okay, so title, approve new account, approve new account, approve new account, account type equals prospect, account employees greater than 500. Yeah, that's what I did. Record editability, administrator only. Approval, assignment email template, approve opportunity discount is what I had. That's what they use. That's what they did. That's okay. Okay, well, okay, so I'm looking at the same one here because this says created by Jeff Alhadeff. That's me. And he said that he went ahead and created a different approval. I mean, I could just go ahead and click the button and see if it works, but so here I'm looking at approval processes for the opportunity object. For the account object. Yeah, created by support Trailhead. I created the whole approval process for the, oh God, I feel stupid. Okay, so I created it right, but I just created it on the wrong object. So when you go back to the create new process, first create new approval process, use the jumpstart wizard, and then okay, hold on a second. I think I got my mistake here. It seems like my mistake was first thing you have to do is when it says manage approval process for, make sure you've got the right object selected, and then create new approval process using the jumpstart wizard, because here you're not at this point, you're already inside of the account object, and you're creating an approval process for the account object. That was my issue. This was down here on opportunity for the last time, and I just completely missed it. Okay, well now I should be able to check the challenge and it should work because the guy created it for me, which was really sweet of him. I just sort of wish I had just realized that I didn't create one for the account object and instead I created it for the opportunity object. But that doesn't get old, you know? That just does not get old. And I will tell the world about it in just a second. First, go back to the customer support team and say, thanks so much. It looks like I created the approval process for the opportunity object by mistake instead of the account object. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for sticking with me to the bitter end here.